everyone. How are you guys doing? How has your week been? How's your day been? I had a dream last night, of course. That is why we're here. But really quick, I just wanted to make sure you guys make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for any notifications for any of my uploads, okay? Please, thank you. So today is October 29th. I had a very interesting dream last night. Wasn't weird. It did not make sense. Wasn't really sci-fi, but it was like futuristic or maybe video game like. You back, baby? Hi. I gotta teach you how to close doors. Anyways, it was very video game like, I guess, or I don't know. We're just gonna jump into it. So my dream started off, I'm not sure what part of the world, like what I was doing as a job, but a little bit kind of reminded me of like I was part of a rebellion, if that makes any sense. So being part of this rebellion, I guess the world wanted either to chip you or vaccinate you or like something with your phone. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it was something along those lines where like it was now the new law, or like it was like enforced that you had to go and get this chip in you or something like that. And obviously there were people that were completely against that. Now, those of you that were against it, you were part of the rebellion. However, if they caught you in real time without having this chip in your forearm, like it was right here that you would get it. If they caught you without it, because you have to like, I don't know, hit something to like show up your identification right here on your wrist. So if you didn't get it, then you were going to be arrested and thrown in jail. So what ended up happening was like obviously a bunch of us rebelled and we like escaped or ran away to another I don't know if you want to say state, but like basically we ran away off into like a jungle kind of area so that they really couldn't find us, or like it wasn't their jurisdiction to come after us because we were so far out there. So because we were out of jurisdiction or whatever, we were technically safe, and we kind of created our own little town. You know, we had like tents and little huts, fires, we'd have to catch animals, basically raise our own food, kind of like back in the day with the natives, like how they lived off of their land. That's what we were doing. So groups of us would then get together, form, we would make sure we had enough weapons and gear in order to go back into the city and break into a store or whatever and steal whatever we needed to steal and dip back to town or back to our little town. So we had like an elite group that would do that. Now, one of our elite groups, I wasn't part of these little groups. I was more of part of like making sure everyone was safe back in the little camp that we had, and like kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like I was the lookout for during the daytime, so I had to like go around in a circle and make sure they were good, and I had a couple other people that helped me do that. So this one group went and they broke into, I want to say it was like a government facility / cop facility, Secret Service, something along those lines. They broke in because one of the guys knew the whole layout of the building. They knew where it was. They knew what time it was its weakest point, all that. So they went in, they stole a bunch of computers and laptops, and before he left, he disabled the GPS on it. He disabled certain, like if you're a computer nerd, you know what I'm talking about, where you have to like disable all of the security measures in it so that they can't just track it back to us. You know what I mean? So he did all of that before they took him. So when he came back to the camp, he brought it to my tent, which is my tent was like the big main base of like what we need to keep track of. When we opened up the laptop, he logged us in or whatever, and we were looking around at all the files. We're looking around at like viruses that have spread across the world. We're looking at places in the country. Then we're looking at this secret file. What's that? So I click on the secret file, and it was talking about all of this chipping in your arm, why they're doing it, what it helps them do, how they can keep track of you through it, like all of this information. So when I clicked on, because it said something about live feed of the amount of people who have it. So I clicked on that, and it literally showed the United States, but when it showed the United States, it started zooming in to like New York. Maybe it was Chicago, I'm not sure. I know it was like a city. So it zoomed in, and all you saw was like all of these little rays coming out of buildings, coming out of windows, towns, cars, all of these little rays that were like moving. And it was all people, and you could see their names. It would say like, I don't even know, like a lawyer R, and like that's their name. Or like it would say like Taylor L, or it would say like Launter A. Like it would just say who all of these people were. You could hear like little conversations happening, like because there's so many going on, and we were like, oh my fucking god, what? So as I got off of the link and kept reading further down in the article, the file, and when you read further down in the file, it said something about initiate or ignite, one of the two, and we were like, what the hell is that? So we click on, I think they were both in there, because this is what I remember. So I click on it, and the first one, it shows like initiate, and then like it just shows the whole entire United States area, that everybody who is now chipped, and that says the population number, and the population number keeps ticking up and up and up and up and up. And we were like, oh my god, this is the amount of people that are getting all these chips. Like, this is ridiculous. How will we ever win? How will we ever convince them not to get it? And then I click back out of that, and I click on something else, and I think that one was like initiate sequence, something like that. And I click on that one, and then all of a sudden, it brings me to like a perspective view of one of these buildings that we were like looking at. And when we clicked on ignite or initiate sequence or something, apparently that literally makes people just like shut off or like zone out or something. So when we clicked on it or whatever, it showed us an example video and like zoomed in on this person that they were doing the study on or the practice on. And really, on my clean uniforms, Roscoe? You're a brat. Anyways, so it's zooming in on this person. Now this person is just waitressing at a restaurant, little cafe diner thing, and she goes over to the counter and she's talking to the cook behind the counter or something, and he walks away, and then she turns to look outside the door, and when she turned to look outside the door, they clicked initiate sequence on her, and her eyes just went red, like flashlight red coming out of her eyes, and she just stood there with her eyes like beet red, like, and nobody said anything, nobody noticed, nobody nothing. She was just like, and we were like, oh my god, like what would they need that for? Why would they put that in there? What is, like, we were like so confused. We were like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna get rid of this? So basically our rebellion was like, we need to go after the president of this whole idea, or like the head honcho type thing, whatever you call it, the big boss, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So we made a plan that we were going to go to the mall and we were going to hide in the ceilings, like before the mall even opened type thing. We're going to hide in ceilings, we're going to hide in stores, all that, and we're going to make sure it's like no civilians are in. So we put signs up saying, sorry, we're closed, everywhere on the outside in the parking lot, so nobody would think that we were open. And then the government team were all dressed in SWAT, obviously all black, and it wasn't really government. It was kind of just like regular people with government things. I don't know how to explain it. It was so weird. But our group, you could tell that we were just regular people because we were just in regular clothes, but we wore bandanas around our faces or anything we could put around our face. So I remember I was up in the ceiling and I was sitting on an iron beam or a cement beam or something. And I was sitting there and I was telling everybody, because like from where I was sitting, I could see the outside door, the front door like this. And I was like, they're here, 3 minutes to go. And they were like, copy, whatever. So then we waited or whatever, and some dumbass on my side thought it was a smart idea to run across the front doors on the inside. So obviously these guys saw our guy, and these guys were like, I don't even know what they said. They said, charge. So they shot guns through the front doors, which was all glass, and all started coming in. A couple of them started dropping from the ceiling, and one of them dropped right on the other end of my beam. So I started crawling all like, hey, sexy. Just crawling like that all the way towards him, like, hey, sexy. And he was just like he didn't know what to do. And I was like, and I got wicked close to him, and I like went like this, and I was like, what are you doing over here? And then he was like, what did he say? He said, I'm gonna push you, or he didn't really say anything, but like you could tell that he was like, I need to kill this lady. But he didn't know what to do. So he goes to try and push me like this, and I grabbed the guns like this, because he was gonna push me with his gun. I grabbed the gun, I said, oh honey, no. And I pushed the gun right back into him, and he just fell all the way down to the first floor. And I was like, that's what you got? Like, what? I thought I was this badass bitch. So then I look at my team and I'm like, go. And everybody's just like shooting at each other, and we're like shooting back, and some of us are fist fighting, some of us are like throwing knives type thing. And it was just like this big war inside this mall. And that's it. Like I woke up because after I pushed him over, I told my team to go. They were shooting at each other, blah, 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 blah. And then I woke up because my alarm went off. Excuse you. Like what? So, what? Is this the future? Is my brain trying to tell me something about the future? Like, are we gonna be chipped? I mean, I know we do that to our animals, but still, like us? Like what? I'm confused. So what? Could you imagine that? Being chipped? And like, if you weren't chipped, you'd be thrown in jail type shit or killed? Excuse the fuck me. Excuse me. Anyways, guys, that was my dream last night. Like I said, it was very interesting, actiony, and very video gamey, because I do feel like, now sometimes you guys know I like to go into my dream and kind of control my character to see like what's happening, but sometimes I like to let the dream take over. And this dream definitely felt like a video game. Like if I were to take control and like I did die, I would have restarted the dream, because sometimes that happens. But I just let the dream take over and just dream, because I was like, I don't feel like doing anything. But anyways, comment down below, let me know your opinion. Have you ever had a dream like this? Have you ever thought of the world being controlled by the government to this extent? Have you ever thought of us being chipped and not just our pets? I don't know. Let me know down below your opinions, because I would love to hear them. Let me know down below if you've ever had a dream similar to this, because I would love to hear it. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, okay? Bye!